Hearing the words "The Vault" is enough to make any Fall Guys player cringe. Anyone that's been playing the game for any period of time probably knows what the Vault is, but for those that don't, to be brief, the vaulting process is one that was introduced in Free For All Season 2 as a means of temporarily shelving levels that need fixes due to bugs, exploits, or whatever similar reason. Since then, the Vault has become a core part of Fall Guys, as in each season a designated number of rounds are removed from the game and temporarily vaulted. This renders a considerable chunk of the game literally unplayable. Of course, this is not ideal in a game that thrives on variety, and in fact, it's generally agreeable that the Vault is the worst thing that has happened to Fall Guys, as it's led to a major drought in round variety and just an overall disintegration in the quality of play. Of course, most of us know that, so what's the point of this video? Well, simply put, there's a lot of discussion surrounding the Vault, and I just wanted to share my 2 cents in the matter. I see a few misconceptions, and I just wanted to clear the air on those. And of course, obviously, what I have to say isn't going to magically change the game, but I think it's always fun to have these sort of discussions. And I also think it's important to have this discussion because whether we like it or not, vaulting is here to stay, so we might as well come to terms with it and just kind of understand it a little better. Now, I've already mentioned that most community members would agree that vaulting is a problem, but I'll take a step back and I would say that the implementation of the Vault has been the problem. Though it's not ideal, there definitely are ways the Vault can be implemented that still allow for variety and enjoyment, even with certain rounds being unplayable. So as it stands currently, the Vault gets shifted to begin each season, which means unfortunately not very often, and moreover, vaulted rounds are unavailable in limited time modes, which means further lack of variety in these shows as well. So I propose changes to both of these issues. First, regarding the issue of how often the Vault is shuffled, the solution is quite simple. Rather than waiting until the start of each new season to shuffle things, why not do it more often, such as in the event of each new Fame Pass? This way rounds may be vaulted for a time, but only for, say, 40 days at a time, perfectly coinciding with each Fame Pass. This is much more ideal than the many months we've currently been waiting for each shuffle in the Vault. In regarding the lack of limited time mode variety due to vaulting, again, the solution is not only simple, but it's one that has been implemented in the past. Maybe a round isn't available in the main show, but why not add a limited time mode in which this round is available? Stadium Superstars of SS2 is a great example. This LTM included a handful of rounds that were vaulted at the time, which some still are. Bounce Party and Speed Circuit come to mind. This would be a major improvement, as I would be willing to bet a large portion of players play the game solely for limited time modes. I know I'm one such player. If the limited time mode variety did return, rounds being vaulted in the main shows would in part be forgiven, as people are simply able to enjoy these rounds in the LTMs. So again, just because XYZ round isn't in main show being solo, duos, or squads, doesn't mean people could enjoy those rounds for a limited time, say in a LTM for 3 to 5 days. And while we're on the topic, they also seriously need to return 2 limited time modes at a time, in each of them for only the 3 to 5 day period. Currently, it's a weekly show, of course 1 show for a week, and it's just not working. If they had these 2 LTMs running concurrently, as they have in the past, each featuring vaulted rounds, I'm positive the community would be much, much happier than they are now with the current system. That really sums up my thoughts on the Vault for now. We've seen many suggested fixes to the Vault, but oftentimes they just aren't realistic. Some people want the Vault gone altogether, and of course we all do, but that's just not realistic. Other people want the Vault shuffled every few weeks, which is a little more realistic, but still not likely. At the end of the day, we need to manage our expectations, in all honesty, while still hoping for the best, because the Vault is absolutely here to stay. So I hope the points I mentioned today are realistic, but still promote this improvement. And most importantly, I hope they spark a discussion. As such, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you think. You can also find me on Twitter at FallGuysMoose. I'm super active there. And if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. This is my first video in this kind of discussion form, and I'd love to make more because I love Fall Guys and I love discussing it. Anyway, thanks for watching.